Bro, the situation is absolutely crazy, bro. I don't know what to say. Trump is going crazy. Venezuela, yeah, good luck, boys. Good luck to that country. I mean, like, I don't know, I don't want to be on the bad side of the US. Doesn't matter what everyone believes. It doesn't matter what the history is. If you're on the wrong side of from the US government, you're getting crushed. And honestly, I mean, like, I'm hella scared of China. I'm more scared of China than the US, to be honest, because never never underestimate China. China. It's absolutely wild. So, but the only thing I'm gonna say to it is Venezuela didn't have a decentralized bank. It was one of the countries like Libya, Russia, where it didn't have its centralized Rothschild bank. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Venezuela was one of the countries that did introduce Bitcoin at the early time, and let's see, that shit just came out 2 hours ago. Trump said we're gonna run Venezuela. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm so glad that I can watch the world burn from my couch here, and I don't have to move at all. I'm starting to feel quite safe in Switzerland, even though that fire happened and a lot of people were fucked up. But I'm starting to really appreciate the corner that I was brought up. God damn. Let's see what Trumpy boy has to say. All right, Trump speaks on Venezuela's strikes and captured President Maduro. Damn. Let's go, boys. Right? You ready? I am.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious because that's what we're all about. We want
Yeah,
peace.
you want peace and transparency. Yeah, keep on lying, Trump. Like I said, I'd rather have Trump in certain aspects than I have than other persons, than other people's. At least he does that shit that he's saying. I mean, like, he's one of the better presidents in the eye of the public. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we need a Trump on immigration in Europe. We need it desperately. So that he has some good aspects, and I would choose not 12 out of 10 times what I would choose Trump over Kamala and any other
Liberty and
idiot.
justice for the great people of Venezuela, and that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland.
Okay.
We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not
Yeah.
going to let that happen. We're there.
Imagine like a world where we can just sit here and actually believe that stuff. Imagine. That'd be damn. Imagine just sitting there and being able to believe that because he actually means it. Oh my God, we're being fed so much bull crap. The dog water supply is endless. Not quite sure what I should think of that. And how is Venezuela one of the biggest problems with drugs? There's other candidates that are higher in up the list than this country. There's a hidden agenda. Just
And what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So we're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it essentially until such time as a proper transition can take place. As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in,
It
spend
was like,
billions of
oh
dollars,
yeah, they
fix
could
the
pump
badly
more oil.
broken
Let
infrastructure,
the
the
U.S.
oil infrastructure,
military Eagle
and start
troops.
making money for the country.
Yeah, they could have done more of that. Let us do it. There's that human. There's that American Eagle military troops kind of greed, which makes the U.S. military so unique. It's unique. The second they smell oil, watch Blackhawks being deployed.
And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second
Damn.
wave, a much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that probably won't have to do. This partnership of Venezuela with the United States of America, a country that everybody wants to be involved with because of what we were able to do and accomplish, will make the people of Venezuela rich, independent, and safe. And it will also make the many, many people from Venezuela that are living in the United States extremely happy. They suffered. They suffered. So much was taken from them. They're not going to suffer anymore.
Mr. President, does the U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops will be on the ground? How will that work?
Well, they always say boots on the ground. Oh, so we're not afraid of boots on the ground.
Yeah, he's definitely not. Just yeah, I like him. I like certain aspects, like the way he handles. But like, beware, bro. Beware. That's the devil in a suit. Oh my God. Boots on the ground. Yeah, he's right, bro. Oh, God damn.
We have to have. We had boots on the ground last night at a very high level, actually. We're not afraid of it. We don't mind saying it, but we're going to make sure that that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very, very badly. Could have gone very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of dignity. We could have lost a lot of equipment. The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot. And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken in.
Like I said, bros, if the message was genuinely here for the people, imagine like a world where we just could believe that. Ah, what I wouldn't give to be part of such a world where what I wouldn't give to be part of such a world where you just could be stand behind a politician's word and you know he actually means it. There's not even a handful of people.
Advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. They stole our oil. We built that
That's
whole
totally.
industry there, and they just took it over like we were nothing. And we had a president that decided not to do anything about it. So we did something about it. We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
President, can you explain the exact mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official to coordinate?
It's all being done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to people. We're designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
That would run Venezuela.
Well, it's largely going to be for a period of time the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead. I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're a country doing better than any country anywhere in the world. And it required leadership. Venezuela
That's bullshit, bro. Your country is not doing very well. I mean, like, yeah, you're recovering from certain aspects. Gotta give him that props. But there's countries that are doing way better. I'm gonna tell you what country is doing better. Wait a minute. It's Russia. It's fucking Russia. All right? That country is doing good. Maybe in the media it doesn't feel like it. But believe me, boys, behind the scenes,
a lot of bad people.
Russia has been as strong as ever. And they always say that's why they crushed Yugoslavia. Because we were independent and strong. And they did not like it. Like, I'm not a big fan of the US of A. Definitely not. I was, and I still love the style and whatever comes from there. I like it. I like the people. I like the people from almost everywhere except for like one certain designated Middle Eastern spot. And you know which one I'm talking about.
There are a lot of bad people that shouldn't be leading. We're not going to take a chance that one of those people take over for Maduro. So you can look at, and others, we have fantastic people, including people in the military. So
they captured him.
People running it until such
That's
time
crazy.
as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life, and also reimbursement for people in our country that were forced out of Venezuela.
Rubio would be.
You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship going?
I understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. He just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
How long do you expect the U.S. to run Venezuela, and how soon do you want Venezuelan people to hold elections?
So I'd like to do it quickly, but it takes a period of time. We're rebuilding. We have to rebuild their whole infrastructure. The infrastructure is rotted. It's actually very dangerous. It's blow-up territory. Oil is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to take out of the ground. It can kill a lot of people. It has killed a lot of people doing just that. The infrastructure.
Let's see. Yeah. See, that's why I don't like cover stories. Exactly. First, it was the war on drugs because like the Venezuelan blah blah blah, all the drugs, all the cartels, the Mara Salvatrucha 13, MS-13, Barrios Locos, even though they're like from San Salvador and these kind of countries. But the narrative changes. The narrative changes all the time. Run the country mean draining all the available oil as soon as possible. Like I said, Blackhawks being deployed the second they smell oil. It's just the ringtone, the sound of freedom who's marching into your country. Bruh. What fucking timeline is this? Yeah, bro. I'm starting to think the fishing boats were just fishermen. Yeah. We can run our own country, but we're going to run another country. See, yeah, like I said before, he said, yeah, America is doing very well. We've been prospering. Like, yeah, you've been recovering a little bit, but inflation's still up. The Ukraine-Russia military conflict, it wasn't ended in one day like you promised. There was some stuff that he Yeah, he's just talking straight up bullcrap. And people believe it. You know, it's sad.
It's old, it's rotted. Much
There's so much stuff that that's why you can't believe politicians. That's why I said, oh, it would be it would be a change in freshness, like to experience like truth from like you can just lay back and listen to the politician's word and be like, yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, I'm standing behind that. Yeah, that's our country. It's just bullshit. It's bullshit left and right, up and down, back and forth. There's no getting rid of it. The dog water poo poo supply is unlimited.
of it is stuff that we put there 25 years ago, and we're going to be replacing it. And we're going to take a lot of money out so that we can take care of the country. Yeah.
What is your message to the people of Venezuela today? Of course, the civilian population specifically, they have a lot of questions. What is your message to the
Stay
people of Venezuela?
tuned.
Peace, justice. You're going to have some of the riches that you should have had for a long period of time. It was stolen from you. But you're going to have peace and you're going to have safety. You're going to have justice. You're going to have a country. You're going to have a real country. You're going to have potentially a great country. You know, if you go back 20 years, maybe even a little longer ago, that was a great country. And they destroyed it. Remember, I said that if we lose
You know
this
what
election,
was a great
the
country as
United
well?
States will be.
Iran before they ransacked the whole shit. There was so many great countries before the U.S. military entered that shitstorm and made it. No, it was a great country. All the countries were great, bro. I stay firmly to that belief. 1970, 1960 was peak humanity. Maybe I'm talking bullshit, not in every corner of the world. But bro. And imagine like at least that's something. Politicians are being circled in because like of the internet they can't speak bullshit all the time. I mean like yes they can, yes they are, yes they will. But like it's easier for people that to dissect whatever they say. They can't just like they know their words are being stored on the internet for fucking ever. There's no way that you can once it's on the internet, it's done. And that makes it easier for us to depict bullshit from truth and truth from bullshit.
Venezuela on steroids. That's what would have happened. Had we lost the election, the 2024 election, we suffered so badly when you look at the border from 2020. What they did,
That's true.
what Joe Biden administration did
That's true.
to our country should never be forgotten.
Yeah.
But if we had to go through another year of that, we wouldn't have. We would be exactly where Venezuela was.
That's true.
I used to say,
That's true.
if they win, we're going to be
That's true.
Venezuela on steroids, and that's what would have happened.
President, thank you. Are you saying that Secretary Hegseth and Rubio are going to be running Venezuela, and will you be sending in U.S. military
They're going
troops
to be
to
a team
provide?
that's working with the people of Venezuela to make sure that we have Venezuela right. Because for us to just leave, who's going to take over? I mean, there is nobody to take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro, and right now she's the vice president, and she's, I guess, the president. She was sworn in as president just a little while ago. She had a long conversation with Marco, and she said, we'll do whatever you need. I think she was quite gracious, but she really doesn't have a choice. We're going to have this done right. We're not going to just do this with Maduro, then leave like everybody else, leave and say, let it go to hell. If we just left, it has zero chance of ever coming back. We'll run it properly. We'll run it professionally. We'll have the greatest oil companies in the world go in and invest billions and billions of dollars and take out money, use that money in Venezuela. And the biggest beneficiary are going to be the people of Venezuela. And also,
Yeah, I hope so.
stress
But
this strongly enough, the
I
people that got
greatly
thrown
doubt.
out of Venezuela that are now in the United States, and frankly, some want to stay and some probably want to go back. Yeah.
Done to protect Americans.
Yes.
Is the U.S. aware of the location of opposition leader Machado, and have you been in contact with her?
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Mr. President.
Do you have any hesitations about Machado?
Mr. President, on Monday.
Oh, I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect to be the
Mr.
leader.
President, is it possible that the U.S. ends up administrating Venezuela?
See, like that's something that I like about him. That's why it's always very important to separate the bullshit from the facts. He doesn't care what he has to say, and like sometimes he's very right about how he's saying things, and that's why we like Trump. Yeah, out of the cesspool of politicians, everybody's worse. All of them are fucking shit. That's true, but uh, he knows what he's saying, and he knows how to run a country. He knows that, and like the aspect with the borders from Vice President from President Biden, that was an absolute shit show. That's why I always say I would probably say that once every video. We need a Trump on EU immigration. But yeah, it sounds like intensified ego purge. Those memes like eagle per square burger. That's the measurement that the second they smell oil, they send in the troops. Feels like it. It actually does feel like it.
For years,
Well, it won't cost us anything because the money coming out of the ground is very substantial. So it's not going to cost us anything. We will. Well, we want safety there. We want to be surrounded by countries that aren't housing all of our enemies all over the world. That's what that was happening, and you don't want to have that. But we're going to be rebuilding, and we're not spending money. The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago. A lot of money is coming out of the ground. We're going to get reimbursed for all of that. We're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spend. So it's going to be a very important. It's going to be a very important. This is a very big evening that took place last night. We have to be surrounded by safe, secure countries.
Yeah,
And
they
we
captured
also have
Maduro.
to have energy. Very important. We have to have energy that's real energy, not where they're getting 4% and 5% of the energy out of the ground. You take a look. It was such a disaster. So what's going to happen with Venezuela, I think, over the next period of a year is going to be a great thing. And the people of Venezuela will be the biggest beneficiaries.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Boots on the ground earlier. Can you just sort of button this up? Do you envision the U.S. military having a presence in Venezuela as the U.S. runs that country?
No, we're going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil because we have to have, we're sending our expertise in. So you may need something, not very much. But no, we're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground. And that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela. And it goes also to the United States of America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that country.
I mean, like, yeah, boys, you can look at it the way how you want: healthcare, education, jobs, oil. It's just funny that like that meme comes back full circle. That meme is coming back full circle. Oh boy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about that situation. It's absolutely wild. And like, comment, and subscribe. Let that bell ring you. See ya.